वाचाल से हैं ढीठ तंकर, और कितनी बार दूं विस्तार भर अपने कथन में, सुनो मुझको इस समय मैं भी उपस्थित हूँ सदन में। इस आवाज को सुने, इस आवाज को गुने और इस आवाज के अनुसार अपना रास्ता तय करें। मुझे मौका दिया, मैं बहुत शुक्रगुजार
हूँ। दलित आंदोलन जो एक मिशन की तरह शुरू हुआ और उसकी कितनी यात्रा में कितनी ऐसी जगहें आई, उनको आपने रेखांकित किया, इसके मूल स्वरूप को रेखांकित किया और इसके भविष्य का भी एक खाका हमारे सामने प्रस्तुत कर दिया है। मैं बहुत ही आदर व्यक्त करता हूँ आपके इस बीच वक्तव्य के लिए। मित्रों, अब मैं आमंत्रित करूंगा तेलुगु भाषा और अंग्रेजी में भी लिखने वाले प्रख्यात विद्वान लेखक कुलकरी इनोक जी को, जो आज के इस कार्यक्रम की अध्यक्षता कर रहे हैं। कुलकरी इनोक जी तेलुगु भाषा के प्रख्यात लेखक, कवि, आलोचक, विद्वान और अनुवादक हैं। आप यूजीसी के प्रोफेसर एमेरिटस तथा श्री एसबी यूनिवर्सिटी के पूर्व कुलपति रहे हैं। आपने 1954 में कहानियां लिखना आरंभ किया। अब तक आपकी लगभग 80 कृतियां प्रकाशित हैं, जिनमें आशा ज्योति, सर मानुली, कुलम धनम, ये आपके कुछ कविता संग्रह की, जय हिंद, मनलती मनीषी, मणिपटनुर, ये आपके नाटक, दृष्टि ज्योति, ये एकांकी, समता अनंत आपके उपन्यास। आपके बहुत से शोध आलेख और अनुवाद भी प्रकाशित हैं। आपको पद्मश्री अलंकरण, मूर्ति देवी पुरस्कार, तेलुगु भारती पुरस्कार, विशिष्ट पुरस्कार, सर्वश्रेष्ठ शिक्षा पुरस्कार, राष्ट्रीय एकता पुरस्कार और साहित्य अकादमी का प्रतिष्ठित पुरस्कार, विमर्शनी तेलुगु कृति पर जो आपकी आलोचना कृति के ऊपर प्राप्त हुआ था। आप आंध्र प्रदेश साहित्य अकादमी अमरावती के अध्यक्ष रहे हैं। मैं बहुत ही आदर के साथ आपको अध्यक्षीय वक्तव्य के लिए
Respected Dr. Srinivas Rao Garu, respected Sri Bajrang Bihari Tiwari ji, my dear Dalit scholars, writers, ladies and gentlemen. Bharata Mataku Telugu Talliki Namaskaralu చెబుతున్నాను. భారతీయ సోదరి సోదరులకు प्रणाम करता हूँ. Dear sisters and brothers, my salutations to you. I am very happy to listen learned lectures by two eminent people. Dr. K. Srinivas Rao ji informed us about the importance of our beloved Savior, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's place in Dalit literature and also in Indian literature. I am sorry I am not able to talk to you in Hindi, but I don't want to talk to you in Telugu. But we can understand mostly because they are all professors. We can understand English. Permit me to say a few things about what I feel in English. I thank, in the beginning, I would like to thank Sahitya Academy, its president, its secretary, Dr. K. Srinivas Rao Garu, and Dr. Kumar Anupam Tiwari ji. He is known as in two aspects. He is Kumar Anupam 1 and Anupam Tiwari 2. But I will say it one. Kumar Anupam Tiwari ji and the officers of the academy who could make it possible to organize and conduct an All India Dalit Writers Meet in New Delhi and invited me to preside over the inaugural session of 2 days meet. It is an amazing and extraordinary gesture by Sahitya Academy towards its responsibility for social justice to conduct a seminar on Dalit Writers Meet is an extraordinary activity, and I thank Sahitya Academy and Srinivas Rao Garu and also Anupamji for their noble thoughts and present action in conducting this program. This presidential address has 3 parts to go. 1. Who are Dalits? 2. Who are Dalit writers? And 3. What is the future of Dalit literature? All those who suffered indignities throughout the history of India and are still suffering due to lack of social, political and economic order, which caused discrimination, disadvantages and dehumanization of our people. It's being perpetuated by those people who had been in the positions of power and authority, and this social disorder created untouchability to segregate and separate, humiliate and ill-treat, and to continue the conditions of serfdom for them and slavery for us. These situations and conditions made us poor, made the Dalits poor, and this poverty caused alienation, which resulted in our ignorance and also incapacity to acquire wealth, education and human rights besides civil liberties. As we had lost the love of our people, their interaction with us, their community life amidst us and communications with us, we were made to suffer, to love our self-respect, and we were driven to the fringes, to the margins, to the edges, to the distances of our Indian social life. For generations, we were forced to live outside the main villages of India, and it is a continuing process. Even today, we are not in the main village, but outside in villages. Maybe it's a different thing in cities. We were denied social camaraderie, societal growth, and ability to acquire social consciousness of belonging to the surroundings. Though we were the earliest settlers of India, and though we were the sons of the soil, we were forced to live landless poor and landless laborers. This poverty made us weak, and we lost our cherished goals, our qualities of valor and our fighting spirit. We lost our interest to claim even equality in spades of social, economic and political life. And so, we lost our honor and dignity, our self-esteem and our self-respect. And through all these, we lost our supreme spirit of man and womanhood. As such, we made to serve the cause of oppressors. We were made subservient, dependent and inferior to those who claim superiority. and we were driven to the positions of inferiority and servitude. The Chaturvarnya kept us outside the fold of division of Indian population. It was originally intended to divide the labor among the brothers, but eventually it turned out to be division of laborers instead of labor, and Indians ultimately stood divided. Indians are a divided lot now. We were outside the division of labor and we had lost the sources of work, and as such the initiative was killed and lethargy crept into the marrow of our bones. As we were landless, workless, useless and miserable, we were made to depend on others. Sometimes we call the others for the mercy of system of Chaturvarnya. Throughout the history of Indian life, the people arrived from east of India, settled in India, shared Indian riches and assimilated into the culture and traditions of Indian life as brothers could do. But those who arrived into India from west of India had plundered Indian riches, ruled India with iron fist. They could control Indians as the Indians were divided, there was no need for others again to divide us to rule India. Throughout the ages, we were ruled by others and not by us. Only it is after 1947 we are ruling over India. This dangerous situation of human trouble was due to our division and which was always perpetuated. It had been common knowledge all over the world. For the foreigners invaded India, won the wars and ruled country without any bloody rebellion or protest or agitation. Throughout the ages, Indian history we had been subjected to crave for food, shelter and equality. To secure equality, we were driven to embrace the religions of the rulers of the period as it would promise and grant love and salvation. As such, we had converted to Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Zoroastrianism, Sikhism, Islam and Christianity. We were scattered throughout the country into different religions. We were never asked to stay united. We were never allowed to stay united. Whatever was the religion, we embraced. We are not fully provided with required human respect and dignity, leave alone food and shelter, work and jobs, scope to live a life of honor and recognition. Though we live in different parts of India, speak different languages, follow different cultures, traditions and customs, and embrace different ways of life, undertake different activities, and accept various social conditions, economic opportunities, political views, possess various occupations and services. We are one, we are indivisible, we are inseparable. Wherever we live in India, we are Indians. We are your brothers and sisters. We live as brothers and sisters. That mental attitude developed unknowingly if I see a Dalit of some place whom I did not know. The love we expect, the love we share, the love we extend is made us unique in Indian context. Whatever we eat, wear, practice, preach, embrace, we are one. We are Dalits, Indian Dalits. We love our country, love our people, love our ancestral, cultural, social life through suffering, though willing to suffer continuously. We made India rich. We did not steal the riches of the people around us. We contributed our might to enrich India in all spheres of human endeavors. In the Indian Constitution, because of our Savior, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we are recognized as scheduled caste. Throughout the length and breadth and width of across the country, we were called with the numerous caste names. For this first time, he has united us and called us scheduled caste. All untouchables which are included in the schedules are Dalits now. Through a meaningful process of growth. Though we were called different names, we are Dalits, we are Indians first and Indians last. We don't have any place anywhere else in the world. We are Indians and Indians alone. On 26th 1950, first day of Indian Republic, we declared proudly, along with others, of India as it was pronounced in the preamble of our Constitution, we the people of India. We proclaimed with all others, we proclaimed that we the people of India. Justice, liberty and equality, Dr. Rao was telling us. Justice, liberty, equality and fraternity had been our goals of life. With other brethren around us, the other is always true in Indian social order. The other is always constant in Indian social conditions. We erase the other. We remove the other from all spheres of Indian life, and we made it one India in our thought, action and writings, which is indivisible, supreme and sovereign. And we have been serving our nation. We passed through different phases of transformation, but we reached a state where we are officially equal with anybody in India. That's what is the condition now. Officially equal, economically, politically, socially, we may lag behind. Who are Dalit writers? I want to come to second item. All those creative geniuses who write to uplift these Dalits are Dalit writers. Basically, Dalit literature is the literature by the Dalits, for the Dalits, and of the Dalits. We have been democratic, and hence the definition of democracy is suitable to our Dalit literature. Dalit literature and writers encompass Dalit life and depict it in literature, either in the form of poetry, short story, play, novel, song, biography, autobiography, or cinema, or whatever is the form. Our Dalit literature assumed all literary forms of expression. It's not limited to one section. Dalits of India might write in any language. Irrespective of the language, region and culture would deal only with Dalit aspect. It's neither the writer nor the form, but the content that is supreme. The pain that is experienced due to social, economic, political, cultural disparities. There are so many disparities. It has been, the basis has been the life in its varied forms, which is present in our literature. The relationship of Dalits experience, either with Dalits or with non-Dalits, has been the basis for our writings. It forms content for our writings. The writings we call Dalit literature. That writer is the Dalit writer. Intercaste or intra-caste relationships of men and women would bring new content to our literature. Forms automatically follow. The Dalits would come into contact with the non-Dalits in various phases of life. When this experience is written, it would enrich Dalits, enrich people, enrich India through Dalit literature. Sometimes non-Dalits might write classical works on the lives of Dalits, and they may occupy a place of honor in Dalit literature. Dalit critics divided whether to accept or reject a work of literature by a non-Dalit writer. Some accept it and adore it. Others reject it and condemn it. We are divided on this issue, but permit me to advise to my all brothers and sisters. We welcome all expressions of Indians on untouchability or Dalits to come to us so that we can ponder, think, assimilate and say this is exactly what we wanted, or this is after modification we can accept this as something like that. We have to accept whatever is written by anybody non-Dalit on Dalit life should be allowed first, should be received first and evaluated, then it may be examined and taken proper action. One should examine a work of literature whether it is pro-Dalit or anti-Dalit. That should be the litmus test of any work. of Dalit literature. The feelings of pain, agony, humiliation, segregation, dehumanization, separation, and suppressed experiences by Dalit is essentially different from that of non-Dalits. My feelings, our feelings, that feelings at one stage are essentially different from the feelings of others, even in present circumstances, not only previous careful. Normally, Dalit writings depict Dalit's life. From this non-Dalit writers depict life of Dalits expressing love, expressing sympathy, giving kindness, and at times they may touch the core of the problem also. We don't want sympathy. We want freedom of expression. We don't want anybody to say something, a lip service. We want the service of the blood, service of the heart, service of the internal situations. The literators probe into inner soul of Dalitism, whereas non-Dalits writers, most often than not, miss it. It is normal tendency for our writers to write their exposure, intentions, and situations, feelings. As such, Dalit literature might suffer or gain from the gender approaches, regional angles, linguistics nuances, political affiliations, caste considerations, conflicts, etc. The Dalit women seems to suffer doubly. As a woman suffers, she also suffers. As a wife of a Dalit man, she also suffers. Her suffering is twofold. But the awakened Dalit women gains superiority over other women as she had been a workforce, a unit of production, a coolie, a laborer, a worker. She also declares her supremacy as she is economically independent. Dalit woman is economically independent. As a laborer, she earns her money power. She gets money. She sometimes feeds her husband as she feeds her children with the money she earned as a laborer. Dalit literature passes through different stages. What is the future of Dalit literature? That is the third item I want to talk to you. The universalization of education, introduction of English education, Indian independence, the advent of Indian Constitution, and the ongoing process of social change to achieve to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity had brought remarkable change in Indian life, which had awakened the Dalits to lay hand on all space of human endeavors to claim, assert, and participate in the emancipation of Dalits all over India. We started to claim our share in Indian prosperity, our fruits of development, our goals of destiny, our wishes of a bright future. The Dalit literature today is a multifaceted and multidimensional. We along with our literature, are being influenced by political approaches, social awakenings, social sufferings, and goals of welfare society, democratic welfare society. Sometimes our interests clash. Our Dalit literature mourns in the guise of divided thought. The regional divides, cultural divisions, linguistic chauvinism, man-woman disparities may cause our literature suffer. Let me caution all my friends. Our regional divides, our cultural divisions, our linguistic chauvinism, our man-woman disparities, sure, they will definitely mar our thought process, and thereby our literature is likely to suffer. Now it is time for us to awake to the realities and just adjust our thought process to the betterment of our life and literature. History had forced us a social life where we are either blessed or cursed to live among numerous castes. That is unfortunate in India. Religious, regional, languages, social systems, political parties, economic disparities, so on and so on and so forth. They are all hindering the process of development of Dalit literature to come into correct perspective to lead people to brighter future. We have to adjust with these differences of people and situations. We cannot curse some and bless others, as we cannot hate many and love few. To live a life of fullness, we should love the love in its entirety. Hate begets hate, not love. Our approach in our literature should always be not only expressing our suffer, not only expressing our disadvantages, but we should also love all around us and not a single fellow. Our keynote speaker was specific in telling the love is the essential thing of our life, and not that panthers like saints we might be wanting there. To enrich our literature, we should mingle with in the social milieu. We have to catch the spirit of the nation, time and expressions. Isolation means desolation. I want to stress this. If we isolate ourselves from the mainstream, we get dissolved into nothingness. Isolation means dissolution. Divided, we get killed literally. United, we live eternally. It is all in our hands. I am not praising the palmistry. I am not trying to say great things about palmistry. I wish to make you think that your hands, which holds pen or any implement, had the capacity to perform and create. Your hands are your tools, implements, instruments to effect change, social change, change for better life, better India. Only in better India we will be better citizens. We are born to live and let others live. We are not only persons to live and others to die, as others think. We live and let others live. We not only fight for our lives, but we fight for others. The others. United we live, shine and succeed. None is a serf. None is a slave. None is an untouchable. And none is a touchable. All are human beings. We are either touchables or untouchables. Only one thing. Dalit liberation is not only for untouchables, mind it, it is for touchables. When Dalits liberate themselves, the country gets liberated, the others get liberated, they are free from fear, doubt, uneasiness and helplessness. Fallacious mirror structures had no safety as long as the stone huts, the distributed huts, the stones face destruction. Dalit literature awakens poor and rich alike, untouchables to claim equality and touchables to share it with all others would be an Ethiopic notion, but a needed, very well needed necessity of the hour in our country. The benevolent earth is always kind to us, not only to bless Jal, Jagil, Jameen, but also to present us with life. We should gain what our ancestors had lost. We the Dalit writers, Dalit people, Dalits must gain what the ancestors had lost. No one is inferior or superior. We are all equals. We should demand what is due to us, what is rightfully ours, what we should get. We might have born into riches or poverty. That is only an accident. Accidents should be avoided. We might not have born as equals. We might not have born as equals, but we should not die as unequals. The Dalit literature which we create and spread should bring us closer to our sisters and brothers throughout, all over, among us and into the country. We are earliest inhabitants of Bharat. We are Bharat. We are soul of Bharat. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर इनोक जी। बहुत ही विचार उत्तेजक दोनों ही वक्तव्य रहे और अब इस सत्र का समापन यही होता है। मित्रों, हम 2 मिनट का एक ब्रेक लेंगे और अगला सत्र जिसकी अध्यक्षता कर रहे हैं आदरणीय लक्ष्मण गायकवाड़ जी, और इस सत्र में 3 आलेख पढ़े जाएंगे जयदीप सारंगी, मोहन परमार जी और के.एस. माधवन जी द्वारा। मैं बहुत ही आनंद व्यक्त करता हूँ अपने आज के अतिथि वक्ताओं को, और अब मैं आदरणीय लक्ष्मण गायकवाड़ जी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वे अध्यक्ष तरकीब हम ले रहे हैं। सर, मैं आप सबसे, हाँ, यही भीतर ही ले रहे हैं जी।